with Whitney. It'll be fun when it's episode 3 of Web3. Anyways, I am really excited about today because when I start something new and continue doing it, it's a big achievement for me. Now, it's only the second day. I am not sure how long I will continue with this, but I intend to do this indefinitely. And I felt very inspired to keep going today because I got an email from a viewer, and there weren't a lot of viewers, especially not live, and there haven't been a lot of viewers of the replays yet. But just getting one email from somebody who watched and enjoyed it and was thanking me for doing this really encouraged me. It made me feel validated and to do this again. I shared yesterday that I'm planning to do these videos every day. I want to have a regular time in case you do want to show up live, because the big aim with this is to support you, to learn together, to better understand Web3, ask questions, figure out challenges, overcome them. And I really want to make this feel like an accountability group work session in some ways. I've thought about turning this into a podcast, so I'm playing around with that possibility. I think what I may do as an experiment is do a private podcast of just as they are. And then over time, if it feels like something a little bit more podcasty, for lack of a better term, I will make it public. And what I mean by podcasty is that because right now it's a video show, there are visuals, and I want to show you things and talk through things and engage with you. That would not really translate well to a podcast. I just have to kind of speak about it differently so audio listeners would not feel left out. And then if there are gaps in time where I'm looking at something, I guess I could edit that stuff out, but that'd be extra work. So this is a work in progress. Your feedback will be really, really helpful, especially if you're watching at the beginning stages of this project. Your feedback is especially important to me. And I'm going to check one thing in real time, which is today I added on LinkedIn Live, and I don't know if it went through. So, in fact, what's interesting is I need to make sure that this went through at all over on the back channel. So, oh, it is. Okay. So it looks like it's good. LinkedIn is good. Awesome. I could totally geek out about all of this technology. And I think that that kind of explains why I like Web3 so much. I am seeing a little spinning wheel though, which is a little concerned. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. So somewhere this is broadcasting to LinkedIn, which is something, I think this might be my very first LinkedIn Live. And LinkedIn is a platform that, oh, it is over there. Oh, this is so cool. All right. So we talked about yesterday how I've been using Twitter more, and the same thing is similar for me there, whereas I joined Twitter in April 2009 and heavily used it in the beginning and then kind of fell off and prioritized platforms like Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And it's just interesting to see things go through these waves. But what's neat with these live streams is I use a tool called Restream that allows me to broadcast to all these different platforms simultaneously to reach different audiences. And I just think that's the coolest thing. So my aim with these daily videos is to learn in real time with you, as I said, but I do have something set up today in particular that I want to go over. I know a little bit about this, but I think through talking it through on video, I will start to learn more. And that is Discord. Now, Discord is a platform I've known about for at least a few years, but did not prioritize whatsoever. It is very heavily utilized in the Web3 world. There's a lot of crypto platforms on there, but it feels like every Web3 related NFT or metaverse or community is using Discord. And I want to prioritize understanding it and utilizing it. What I have done lately is I've joined a lot of Discords, and that gave me a greater understanding. I started my own called Web3 with Whitney that will be join if you would like. And I've also toyed with starting one for my podcast. This might get uncomfortable. One big thing that I learned about Discord is it's actually very similar to Facebook groups. I don't even know what I thought it was before. I just didn't realize that it would be able to like switch between all these different groups. And I'm going to show you my Discord account. Hopefully, sometimes I get worried about showing my things in real time, not to hide anything, but just from a security standpoint. But I don't think that there's that much that you could see, or any major damage, although I suppose anything's possible on the web these days. So I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes of Discord. I'm also going to privately, like I won't show you on my screen, but I'll speak about it as I'm doing it, go through and check my Discord updates. This is something that I've been wanting to do every day. So this should be a part of my daily live videos of just checking to see what people have been posting, because there's so much that you can learn through Discord groups. It kind of feels like learning a whole new language. And this is another reason why I want to do these daily videos, is to hold myself accountable and teach you along the way. I'm afraid that if I get too far along in my Web3 journey, that I won't be able to understand what it was like at the beginning. So part of my aim here, document my learning process and start at this place where we can grow together and learn. Of course, everybody's at different stages. Some people may watch and be more advanced, or some people may not even have an interest in Web3 yet. But I really aim for us to try our best to talk the same, talk in a way that other people understand, right? So before I get into actually showing you Discord, I do have some notes, as I shared yesterday, of what Discord is, because it's possible that you may not know at all. It is an instant messaging app that has been very popular amongst gamers for a long time. Some people call it the intimate watering holes of Web3. Most Discords are focused on a specific crypto community. Some Discord servers function as pop-up study groups. Like for some people have like big study groups across multiple time zones, which I think is really cool. Other servers exist for people to work on projects together as a DAO. I will get into what a DAO is in another video. If you're looking to join your first DAO, here's one to recommend. I can't remember if I looked into this yet, but it's actually really cool because there's so many ways that word server. And again, very similar to a Facebook group, right? But Discord seems to have more privacy, more control. Of course, you're not distracted by all these Facebook posts. And I think that's going to be a huge element of Web3. Now, of course, there'll be distractions. And of course, social media platforms are going to try their best to maintain the users. Again, as I mentioned yesterday, and many people know at this point that Facebook has changed its name to Meta, and that is part of the origin is part of the word metaverse, right? So clearly, Mark Zuckerberg and his team are thinking about Web3. And I imagine all platforms, all tech companies are at this point. They're trying to make sure that they still stay relevant. As I discussed yesterday, though, what the aim is, the hope is for Web3 is that it will feel more community oriented and give users more power. And I don't know, that remains to be seen, right? I feel a little nervous. It almost feels impossible, right? It feels like there is such a lack of equality in terms of power right now, where either it's a lack of knowledge or resources or connections. Like there's so many factors that go into what makes someone feel in control and powerful. And I think in our favor versus kind of sitting back and watching it all happen, right? Okay, so back to my Discord notes here. On Discord, you have entire conversations with people without knowing their real names. So there's a lot of privacy there, where they live, where they work, or even what their voice sounds. Although there is a really cool feature in Discord where you can get into audio and video chats. I've used that a few times, and it's really neat technology. And also, they say if you meet someone in Discord and hit it off, ask for their Telegram handle. Now, Telegram is a platform I don't know that much about. I know the name, but I don't think I've ever used it. If someone were to ask for my LinkedIn, that's an outsider sign. So be careful. You know, this is also part of the language, is understanding how to talk to other people in this space. And of course, we're going to make mistakes, just like if you've learned a literal language. I studied French growing up, and you know, I'm not perfect. My accent isn't perfect. Like, I haven't practiced in a long time. Like, it's really hard if you don't. And that's the other big aim with doing these daily videos is I'm going to keep up and give you a time and a space to keep up along with me. With that said, before I get further into Discord, I'm going to check my calendar for tomorrow. I've been aiming to do these live streams every day at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, which is 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Is that right? Yes, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. What time in Central Europe? And then I'm going to check some of my Discord notifications privately because I'm figuring since you have to become a member of each of these groups that I probably shouldn't just share my screen with you and reveal everything that's in them, but I can verbally imply some things to you, and I want to do that today. So this is what Discord looks like just in case you've never used it before. You see all the different servers. Let me move my screen over here. You see all the different servers along the side. So these are all the servers that I've joined. Some are private, some are public. I actually just try to join servers whenever I come across something that I'm interested in, because you can always leave. Again, just like a Facebook group. Now, it's different than a Facebook group to me in that it's really more in your face than a Facebook group where you could join like 200 and they just like kind of depend on your feed. You'd come across them. Here, you have to be a little bit more intentional, and I don't want it to be too cluttered. I don't know if there's a maximum amount of Discord servers that I can join, but so far, these are the servers that I'm part of, at least on this account of mine. So I created this Web3 with Whitney Discord server just to experiment with it, and I can lead you through this as an example. I have not done anything with it, as maybe you can see. So over here on the side, you can set up events. So I will start posting about these live events every time. So if you join my Discord server, I think it'll actually automatically notify you every time I go live, which I think is really cool. Similar to a Facebook group, you can create rules in here. There's a moderator section. So this has some information that was automated from Discord. And I haven't even looked through it yet. Let's see. Let's do this in real time, right? So in case you're thinking of starting your own server, maybe this will be helpful. So you can add other moderators. And one thing that I know vaguely about with Discord, but have not explored much, is it's actually important to have, there's another term for a beyond moderator, I think, but have somebody in your group that's checking for bots and issues, and Discord can get incredibly spammy. So I think in the beginning stages of my Web3 with Whitney server, I'm going to probably be mindful about invites. Like, I don't want to spread it all over because I certainly don't want to have to deal with any security issues on my own. But as I've joined some Discord servers, especially the bigger ones like VFriends, for example, is Gary Vaynerchuk's server, and I think it's just based on his NFTs, which I don't own. I'm interested in it, but you can join the server of things even if you don't own certain things. We'll talk about that later, but I thought that was cool. VFriends is probably the most active Discord server I've joined thus far. And just today, I had a spam message from someone, and they're trying to actually steal from you in some cases. They're trying to scam you, they're trying to get you to buy things that are fake, and they can be really convincing. So you have to have some savvy with Discord, which makes me a little frustrated, but hopefully this will change over time. And one way that you can work through it is to have moderators, to have people checking in on the account all the time. So I'll be doing that manually. People can volunteer, so maybe I'll get some people in the community to volunteer to help me, and thus they can be part of this moderator only section here. So this is set up for admins and moderators to see updates, and these are all messages specifically from Discord. And this is kind of cool. Discord is constantly coming out with improvements, and for example, they have ways for moderators to stop a member from interacting in their server. Members in the timeout will not be able to reply, react, etc. for a certain amount of time. So that's kind of neat. I'm going to look further into this. So once this is set up, I can create a whole welcome page and link to the rules for people like you that want to join. I can put in announcements. Then there's all these different channels. And my organizational brain totally geeks out over this because I love, unlike a Facebook group where you can't easily do this, to my recollection, you can like organize so much within this. Now, in Facebook group at the top, there is like an event section, but I don't think they have all these different channels, as they call them, on a Discord server. So I think this is really neat. You can also gate who has access to it, depending on all of that. So let's take a look at some of the other features here in your settings. So there are a few different places. My live stream got interrupted for some sort of an internet connection issue. So fingers crossed that does not happen again. I'm going to pick up right where I left off, which was on talking about Discord and notification settings. If you haven't watched the previous video, I will link to that for you, or you can just go back on whichever platform you're on and it should be linked there. Just so you know, with all of the Web3 with Whitney episodes, they will be in a playlist on YouTube, which may be the easiest way for you to find them. Okay, so let's jump right back into this. I was talking about Discord notification settings. When you join a Discord server, whether that's the Web3 with Whitney one, which is not available yet, I have to set it up. Maybe during this session I will do this, but I've just created it and I haven't made it public yet. But when you get on here in any Discord server, it is important for you to check out your notifications. Now, to my knowledge, every channel has different notifications. We're going to look further into this, but this is specifically in the text channel general. So you can control your notifications within each one. So let's say that you're interested in this specific channel, but not another. You could change your notification settings, which I think is really neat. And once you join Discord in a few groups, you'll see what I mean. Over here on the side, any of these little white dots are indicating that there's something new in the group. And when I have the Discord unmuted, I'm constantly hearing all these little dings from people posting things because some of these groups are super active. That's annoying. So make sure you go into your notifications to figure all this out. You can pin messages. I think maybe the Moderator does this, that I haven't experienced yet. You can also turn on or show the member list. And this is kind of neat. It's similar in some ways to Facebook. It'll show you who's online. And then you have an inbox, which I guess is just your general inbox of all things. And then there's a whole help section, of course, if you want to go learn more about Discord, which I should probably do at some point to better acquaint myself with it. So, this is the other thing I want to show you, which is the voice channel section. As I was mentioning earlier, and it just kind of automatically connected me, you can go into these channels and talk to people with audio or video. So that's something I guess you kind of have in Facebook, but I've never really used Facebook like that. And I feel like this could be neat, especially if you make friends, maybe in the Web3 with Whitney Discord. We could talk. Like you could probably start a lounge with me or something, or maybe I have office hours or something where we just go to hang out. And I love that idea of the community. Down here at the bottom, you can't really see because I moved my screen down, but you have there's little settings button for your user settings. And let me just make sure I'm not sharing. I don't know how to take that number away. Let me just try real quick clicking on edit user profile and see if it gives me the option. It doesn't look like it does, but there is this feature, and I'll share this again with you, over here where you can like sign up for something called Nitro, and it's a paid version of Discord that gives you more control over things. I have not used it yet. Maybe in the future I will. Maybe as a moderator it'll be important. So I don't know yet if I can take off this number. But in here, just like any other profile, you can change your picture. And I actually want to tell you a little bit about this photo that I created because I have a platform called Ready Player Me. And it allows you to create your own little like avatar for yourself. So check this out. I'll drop this link in the YouTube description for those that want to keep up with all of this. But you can go in and create this whole avatar for yourself. So I love too that you don't have to specify. I actually haven't tried that yet. You can take a photo of yourself and it will design an avatar based on your actual photo, or you can just continue without. And look at this. Like you could pick any look for yourself, right? I think that's so brilliant. It's got different skin colors and ethnicities and just like feels really like representing. So let's say this is the avatar I wanted. I can click next. It's going to build my avatar for me. And there I am. Like how cool. So I can play around. I can have whatever skin color. And this could be whatever you want to look like. It doesn't have to be just like you, of course. And then you can change your face shape and your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your clothing. I mean, I think this is a really cool outfit. It actually kind of looks like somebody from the movie Ready Player One, which I referenced yesterday. But look at all these cool outfits. Like, this is nuts. There's so many to choose from here. So I'm just going to pick a random one. Maybe not that one. Cool. That actually is very close to the pants that I'm wearing right now. So I'm going to go with that. And then all different hairstyles. You get the point. Like, you can really play around. Let's say when you're done, you click the top button. It makes your avatar for you. And then you can create an account and download your avatar all for free. It's amazing. Let's see what happens at the end of this. Takes a little while. What's also, it's probably because my internet's a little slow right now. And hopefully the broadcast is doing okay. So you can also connect with games. So as we're moving more into things like the metaverse over time, this is so cool. I've been thinking about whether or not I should buy like the Oculus headset. I think I'm going to hold off because that technology is changing so fast. I think it's Apple that's planning on releasing some VR glasses, and me loving Apple products, I would rather wait and get theirs. But I do feel sometimes like when I see all these videos and I'm feel a little torn. Maybe I can like borrow somebody's Oculus or something, or like rent some just so I can check things out in the early stages, because my hesitation is if I wait too long, I'm going to completely miss out on all this. So anyways, that's how I created my avatar, and I decided to start using this is not my avatar, but this is just a quick example I made, of course. This is my avatar over here, this tiny little icon, and I decided to start using it in most of my Web3 stuff. So I put that there. You can't change your banner unless you have Nitro. You can, write your little description about yourself. And then you can come over here to all your different settings. So I'm just going to click around behind the scenes. I do recommend you turn on two-factor authentication for everything that you do. Speaking of privacy, you can turn it on with a authenticator app with SMS backup, although I think either doing both or an authenticator app is wise. You will need to do this with platforms like Rally, which I talked about yesterday. And it's so important for you to create a whole system for all your backup codes for crypto, for everything that you do. I would just really want to reinforce it because I've started to become really mindful of two-factor authentication, just to protect myself as much as possible. There is a buddy and server members, so it's probably wise to turn that off. Oh, and I can also turn off, so you can see, I'm probably just going to turn off this. See, this is what I mean. I really trust Discord, but seeing something like this makes so I'm losing access to features if I turn off my usage statistics. I don't know. I guess I'll keep it on for now, but that's kind of annoying. And same thing, what happens if I turn this off? Ugh. I have to read further into this, so you can click and read about all this. Then you have your authorized apps, which you can connect. All of your different connections. You can connect your Discord to tons of different accounts, including YouTube and Twitch, Twitter. So I may actually do some of that as I get more into Discord. Then you can, as I said, pay for Discord Nitro. And here, I'll show you a quick preview because I have barely looked into this. So let's see. I don't know how much it is. I feel like it's only a few dollars a month or like not that much a year, but you can have multiple profiles, which I guess could be kind of cool if you wanted to be a little different in each server. Right now, unless you create separate Discord accounts, every server you join will have the same about photos and sections. And what if you want to be a little bit of a different person or want to customize it to the server? Nitro would probably be useful. You can make the backgrounds and style. I mean, a lot of this stuff feels unnecessary. Oh, so there is a limit to how many servers you can join. So I guess if you don't have Nitro, with Nitro you can join up to 200. I don't know what the limit is if you don't have Nitro. Huh. Okay. So they also have a light plan, which is either $4.99 a month or $50 a year. So maybe the actual Nitro is a lot more expensive than I thought. I don't know. For now, I'm not planning to sign up for Nitro. This is also important too. So if you're looking at Discord and thinking, I don't like the way it looks, maybe that's because it's unfamiliar, but you can also change it. I actually do not really like this dark background, so I'm going to change it in real time to light. And then sync with computer. Maybe it changes like based on the time of day. That's kind of neat. Look at all these. Okay, that's fun. I'm glad I did that. That looks a lot nicer. And then let's see, accessibility, video and voice. It's kind of neat. You can like choose your microphone, your video settings if you're going to do any of the chat. Oh, and here's another notification section that I have not looked further into. Now, I believe there's a Discord app. I've been using it on my web browser, but I found that a little bit more convenient. But I think there's an app too. And then here we go. You can turn on and turn off all of these notifications. What's interesting though is I've turned them off and I still get all these little dings. So I feel like I have to look further into how all of this works. Okay. There's a streamer mode, there's an advanced. I mean, there's a lot in here, but now that I've resolved some of it, ooh, look how much to share with you. So the first Discord server I'm going into is for someone I know in Web3 who created this for his live show. So similar to what I want to do here. It's kind of neat. He has announcements about what's happening with his live broadcast. He tells you what guests are coming up. And he also shares updates on Rally because he's also another Rally coin holder. And if you did not see yesterday and the broadcast there, I was talking about how I'm using this platform called Rally and I have my own coin there. And this person I'm talking about right now, I will not share his Discord, but I will share his coin. His name is Joseph Jaffe. I was actually on his show called I think it's called Joseph Jaffe is Not Famous. Is that what it is? Yeah. And he has a great coin. You can, there's all different benefits. Like you can get your own episode of the show. And he's worked really hard on this. Plus, what's neat is you can buy things from him through his coin. I have a few things that you can buy from me too, but I haven't set it all up. Let me show you his show though. I will link to the episode that I was on. And I encourage you to watch his show because he has a lot of really great guests on here, a lot of great information. And I wasn't on there that long ago. Here it is. Here's my episodes. I'll link to that for you if you want to check it out. So going back to the Discord, he's been posting about how his coin is doing. He has a whole welcome section where people kind of chat and wave at each other. It's kind of cute. That's something I like about Discord too. There's lots of like neat little graphics and stuff that you don't generally see in Facebook. So it feels fun. Use a lot of memes and GIFs in there, GIFs, depending on how you pronounce it. So I'm just going through and checking all this off. For sake of time, I want to quickly go into the Rally Discord because they have so much information. I wish I could share this with you, but I just don't feel like it's right to do. There, it is a super active channel where they're sharing all sorts of information about Web3. So they have digests that they do. This is something else I'd love to share with you that I can do publicly. Um, and I've been meaning to read this too. You can subscribe to the Rally Digest or blog on their Medium account. And this was yesterday's post that I have not read yet. You can learn more about new creators on the platform. And again, if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, I went further into depth about what Rally is, but you may kind of get the feel for it here. It's a platform for content creators like myself, entrepreneurs, public figures. They also share information about NFTs. As I mentioned yesterday, I'm working on my own NFT, and maybe one day it'll be featured in here. And they also share details about what Rally is working on. So they have all sorts of great resources in there and industry news. This is one of my favorites. So let's check out what this is, what's going on this week. Creators are becoming hot tickets as investors. Startup founders are increasingly reserving allocations in their funding rounds for creators. That's kind of cool. They are seen as valuable investors because they can provide insightful feedback and help grow a startup user space. That's very true, I have to say. I actually currently work as an advisor to a startup, and they hired me because I have insight into the creator economy. So their platform is a live streaming platform. Another one of my inspirations for going live daily is I want to get really good at going live because I'm helping them and understand, how do I phrase this? They're experts in live streaming, but there's always more to learn. So for me, going live daily, I can learn right along with them, just as I'm learning about Web3. So I'm not attached to how many people watch with them. I'm attached to practicing things. And I also want to be a model of that for you too, is that it's okay to just practice something and work through it and not feel like you're super successful with it. But the act of going through the motions all the time is key. And it takes some vulnerability and courage, right? When I posted this on LinkedIn, I was like, this feels kind of embarrassing. But it's embarrassing to me. Maybe somebody else finds it cringe, as they say, but I am practicing something that's important to me, and I'm aiming to invite other people to do the same. And I think that's really important. And of course, startups are finding that important too, because the startups don't always have the resources to practice things. They're busy doing a million other things, fundraising, managing the business. Having a content creator who is experienced and knowledgeable and on the cusp of things all the time is actually a very valuable thing to have. So this excites me to see. What else do we have here? And of course, this industry news is not just about Web3, it's also about the creator economy. The intersection of payments, crypto, and creators is growing. For example, this firm is letting creators get paid in Bitcoin and Ether. Meanwhile, I love this platform, Lumano. They are a really great payment platform for content creators, and they are helping creators set the percentage of their revenues that they would like to keep in cryptocurrency. Ooh, that is cool. That's really neat. I'm excited about that. World of Women NFTs are surging. The NFT collection signed celebrity agent to represent it last year. I don't even know what that is. Let's check this out. World of Women. Neat. Wow, this is really cool. Okay, here's a great example of joining a Discord. They have a Discord, and when you click on that button, this is what it looks like. Look at all the members and all the people online. There's almost 5,000 people online. Okay, I'm going to accept the invite behind the scenes, and then I got to start wrapping things up because I have a meeting in a few minutes. This is so cool. So whenever I see a Discord and I'm curious about it, as I said earlier, I just join it to see. And actually, since I'm not official in the scenes, because this is an important thing I learned, see at the top it says you must complete a few more steps before you can start talking in the server. You can click complete and it'll show you what you need to do. And usually you need to agree to the rules and they tend to be kind of general rules like, harassment, being aware of scammers, as I mentioned, not safe for work or legal content, no advertising, and then reporting. So you submit this. This is pretty common. And then generally you'll see this too, where they want you to verify that you're a real person. So you can click any of these icons. I usually do the most popular one. And then here too, it says react to the above. And I guess it's just saying literally this one, but I'm going to click the thumbs up for this too. And notice how this all changed as soon as I click this little woman here. It shows you now I have access to the entire Discord. I think that's really cool. And there's so many neat benefits to Discord. All right, before I wrap up, I do want to go back to the Rally Digest and see if there's any other fun news for us to learn together. Budweiser is launching an NFT. I am planning to do a whole separate episode on NFTs, by the way. Maybe next episode will be that. And a vinyl toy studio is planning an NFT. A lot of people in conversations that I have privately are very confused about NFTs, and I still feel a little confused. A great resource for you is my friend's podcast, who I met through Rally. I'm going to give him a shout out in a few different ways. So let me show you. His name is Brian Fanzo. He has my favorite coins right now. It's doing very well. He's very mindful of it. You get Discord access. So I actually don't think I've joined his Discord yet. I need to do that. Lots of cool things going on here, but look at all the platforms he's on too. He also has this great podcast called NFT 365. So if you go to his website, which is iSocialFans, you can check it out. He actually inspired me to do this live show. He does a episode every single day. That's why it's called 365. He started in November, and he studies and mints a new NFT every single day, which is just so brilliant. His show is incredibly well done. And it's really worth checking out if you don't know much about NFTs. So you can listen on any of the platforms. You can listen directly in here. And let's see. Let me go to his Apple Pod. I think it's going to open up an app for me. That's kind of annoying. Let me see if I can get it to open in Spotify. No, all of it wants to open apps, which I don't feel like dealing with. Oh, no, it's working. Okay, good. Hold on. Let me show you. So if you go into Spotify, at least in the app, you can sort it by oldest, but look at all the episodes. Maybe it's overwhelming, but what I did is I went all the way back to the back, as you can see from the little check marks. I've played these episodes thus far. And he is working on translating the geek speak. And they're just fairly short episodes, 20 or 30 minutes long, really good. And I've just been going through and listening to them one by one in order and learning about NFTs from him. And I think his most recent episodes are probably amazing because he's learned so much and he's having guests on. I can't wait to get to that. But that's been a way that I have been learning more about NFTs. And Brian is just such a great person because he's down to earth and no geek speak. As for today, I have a meeting that starts in a minute, so I got to wrap this up. But thank you for watching. Thanks for being part of this journey. As mentioned, I will be back tomorrow, and I plan to keep going indefinitely, especially if I have someone like you rooting me on. So if you enjoyed this, if you want to see me keep going, email me or reach out to me on social. If you're interested in joining the Discord, will you let me know about that? I can send you a private link. I'll work on getting that more open so anybody can join. I just have to better understand the privacy side of it, like I said. In the meantime, I could be happy to invite people in individually so that you can play around and learn Discord. I will be back tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Pacific time, so convert that to your time zone. Mark your calendar if you want. Once the Discord's all set up, you'll be able to see the events and join and get notifications from there, so it'll be a little bit easier. And that should be my normal time. I have that blocked off on my calendar for most days in the indefinite future, with a few exceptions. So I will keep you posted on all of that, and hope to have you part of this. Hope to hear from you, and I'll see you tomorrow.